Wow, once again, terrible show today. Complete, absolute garbage today. On Monday evening Raw. Name my topic today. Tonight, or today is called Lazy and Lackluster in London. With 19 days until WrestleMania 41, is this the best WWE can do going into the event? I'm the Godfather Soldiers and so much I have to say. And before I open up the show, I'm gonna open up the show a little bit a little music. I'm gonna open the show with the first the theme the song called "Easy Lover" by Phil Collins and Philip Bailey of Earth, Wind and Fire. Now the reason why I opened the show because this song was a theme to WrestleMania, the first ever WrestleMania, which celebrates its 40th anniversary, March 31st, 1985, where it all began. The granddaddy of them all. But I feel like WWE is not getting any better. It's not like it used to be. Nor I mean, wrestling at its best isn't what it used to be right now. So yeah. So stick around. I'll open up the music with the show. Open up the show to the first, which is the song, which is the song to the first ever WrestleMania in 1985, 40 years ago today, called "Easy Lover" by Phil Collins and Philip Bailey. So stick around. I'll be right back. Get the music start up. Here's the song. That was the theme song. That was the first ever WrestleMania from 1980. First ever WrestleMania, "Easy Lover" by Phil Collins and Phil Bailey. So stick around. Right back. And here is "Easy Lover" by Phil Collins and Phil Bailey. The theme song, the number one hit from 1985. That was the theme song to the first ever WrestleMania. Yep, Easy Lover, all you just heard. That was a theme from the first ever WrestleMania in 40 years ago, 19 yep, the first ever WrestleMania. By Phil Collins and Philip Bailey of Earth, Wind and Fire. So first ever WrestleMania theme song. So let's get down to business. How terrible and stupid this show was today. Makes no sense. Okay, then now to Forever Together opens. The WWE video leads us into the shitty show today. The WWE drone shows us a great view of London, England, and the O2 Arena. Pre-show arrivals. Rhea Ripley is shown arriving at the O2 Arena. Raw Women's World Champion Io Sky will defend against Rhea Ripley. Is also in the building. Bianca Belair is shown arriving. She will be the guest referee for the Raw Women's World Championship match. Logan Paul, the arrogant piece of shit, is in the building and will call out AJ Styles. The Usos are shown arriving together. Jimmy Uso will battle the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther in a non-title match. Gunther is also shown arriving at the arena. We go live into the O2 chant, O2 arena, and the crowd starts up a thunderous "Let's go Cena, Cena sucks" chant right on cue. The popular but polarizing John Cena's music hits. An undisputed World Wrestling Entertainment Champion Cody Rhodes and John Cena prepare for WrestleMania 41. And once again, third time, the Skyline John Cena makes his way to the ring and they open this up again with him. I don't know why they three days in a row they open up with John Cena, open up the show, and he's holding up his "The Last Time Is Now" rally towel. Cena gets in the ring and the crowd sings John Cena sucks, the tune of his theme music. Cena paces around the ring and looks around, staring toward the crowd. Hold on a second. Before Cena can say a word, wrestling has one more than one world family. And they good, yeah, good. It's a good thing they cut him off. Good Cena cut him off. Cody Rhodes cut him off. He did the right thing cutting him off. Shut Cena up. He did the right thing. Cody did the right thing shutting Cena up where you can say anything. He did the right thing. The crowd thunderously sings the lyrics to Kingdom as undisputed WWE Champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes makes his way to the ring. Rhodes takes his time getting into the ring. As he gets in, his WrestleMania opponent circles around him. The music stops, and the crowd continues to sing the song. Cena is disgusted as he listens on. The crowd then starts to sing Cody Rhodes. Cena approaches Rhodes and lifts the microphone, but Rhodes cuts him off. Rhodes says they have listened to him talk for 2 weeks. Rhodes is going to do what John Cena's job for him. Cena is going to cook him and end him. Rhodes asks where he'll start. There's no much to make fun of. For starters, Rhodes admits that he was a little bit of a lisp. Rhodes growls, "Yeah." Rhodes growls Stardust trademark with his trademark list on full display. Shockingly, the Stardust chant picks up. Rhodes says that Cena has to be bothered, and he'll be battling Stardust in his final WrestleMania match. Bullshit. He's not. He's not going to retire. He's not going to retire. He won't. What else can Cena go at? Rose says he has an arm tattoo, but it's on his neck. The crowd sings Cody Rhodes again. Dun dun dun, dun 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 dun. Yeah, Rose acknowledges the red hot crowd. Rose says he got booed in a company he created. And I know what he's referring to. I know what he's referring to. AEW, he's referring to. Rose knew Cena wouldn't bite any of that. Rose says he is struggling with the idea that Superman is really dead. A "Let's go Cena, sucks" chant fires up. Cena puts his head down and shakes it in disapproval. Rose says that brings him to his next point. Cena's words haven't matched his actions. Rose thinks Cena has lied to the audience for the past 2 weeks. He knows Cena cared about him at one point, but he knows for sure that Cena cared about the crowd. Rose tells Cena to tell him really why. The crowd chants, "You sold out." Cena frowns. Cena says he won't reduce himself in a punch down to Rose's level. Rose has been protected long enough. Cena isn't going to cook Rose. He's going to bury him. Just like he buried everyone else. Yeah, that's right. Tell like it is, Cody. Cena buried everyone. He buried Ryback. He buried um even buried Rusev. I remember Rusev. Um he buried who else he buried? So much he buried. Cena's just like Hogan. You know, he's just like Hogan. Like Hogan buried he buried just like when Hogan buried Savage, Piper, he buried the late Sid Ewey, I don't know, Sid Justice, Psycho Sid, and Sid Vicious. And he almost buried Bret Hart. He almost buried Yokozuna. Yeah, Cena's just like Hulk Hogan, and he's also like Charlotte Flair too. The Charlotte is all you know about we all know Charlotte's gonna bury. Which, matter of fact, Charlotte was already we all know Charlotte gonna bury Tiffany Stratton. Even though I never liked Tiffany Stratton anyway. Yeah, Cena buried does yeah. That's Cena, that's what been saying for years, that John Cena buries talent. Cena doesn't bury talent. Cena says, "I am talent. I bury mediocrity." Cena doesn't care about Rose's lisp or his failures. Rose manipulate his way to the top of this business. Rose's ego outmatches his ability. All Rose has done to ride the coattails of Cena's success. Cena has been great, so great that the WWE had to had to hand the heartbeat of this organization to his chauffeur. Cody Rhodes, your champion, is nothing more than Cena's chauffeur. Cena says Rhodes is a slimy pickpocket who thinks he can run the kingdom because he stole a blueprint. Like Cena don't know his father, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, is in heaven right now. There's why Cody Rhodes. That's why Cody Rhodes That's Cody Rhodes is why. Rhodes with that title disgusts him. Rhodes sat by him for years and stole every secret he needed to be undeniable, but he's still underwhelming. Still tried to drill it to his egotistical skull. Cena told Rhodes to be authentic because he can still see a phony. Rose didn't listen, and it shows Rose is too perfect, polished, and rehearsed. Rose relies on his lazy gimmicks, singing his name to get by. The code sings Rose's Cody Rose again. Cena says Rose is like the Pete Piper because he took a catchy tunes loving into loving mediocrity. Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's all true. Hold on a second. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, hold on a second, everybody. Hold on a second. Yeah, Cena. Yeah, yeah, Cena says Rose is a slimy pickpocket who thinks he can run the kingdom because he stole the blueprint. That is Cody Rhodes' wife. Rose says that title disgusts him. Rose sat by for him for years. Every stole every secret that he needed to be undone, but he's still underwhelming. Cena tried to drill it into his egotistical skull. Cena told Rose to be authentic because they can see through a phony. Rose didn't listen, and it shows Rose is too perfect to be polished and rehearsed. Rose relies on lazy gimmicks like the crowd singing his name to get by. The crowd sings Cody Rhodes again. Cena says Rose is like the P Piper because it took catchy tune into loving mediocrity. Strip away the music and the entrance going, and there's nothing to look at except the pine strip suit. And Cena says, "You could walk me out of here in silence and bet your last dollar that I will body you before your first breath." Cena says Cody Rhodes doesn't look like him, act like him, or work like him. At least he doesn't even act, look, or work like himself. After all these years, Cody Rhodes is afraid to show who he really is. Rhodes instead gives a generic mix of every superstar ever loved or a TV show he's watched. He's big, confused, a big confused blob. Rhodes is like a 16-year-old talking to like a 16-year-old kid talking, acting lessons who's afraid of public speaking. Rhodes has shown Cena only one thing: someone mediocre wearing something meaningful enough to trick these people. Cena has worked too damn hard to make that title a symbol of mastery, mastery, mastery. Oh, I say mastery. To have it paraded around like by numbers. Sociopathic, nympho baby who is so into himself. You mean ego? Only mean ego? Doesn't Cena mean ego nympho baby who is working to himself? He had his wrestling gimmick tattooed for the world to see. It's not where his tattoo is what his tattoo is that exposes him to world for what he really is. Common fan like the crowd. After WrestleMania, it'd be great for Rhodes to go straight to the Fanatics and buy a toy belt. The last real champion is taking that title for home forever and exposing him for what he really is, an errand boy who got lucky. And listen to all the fans that are chanting for Cena, and that's just stupid. The crowd is starting to chant for Cena. Cena says, "There's your why, pal." Rose says, "Cena may be right. He may be chosen. Does Cena know who chose him? The crowd chose him. The crowd gives him a decent response. Rose asks, "Can you say the name John Cena, or was it one guy in the office who chose you, who is not here anymore, and don't and we don't talk about?" The crowd gasps. Rose says Cena can strip everything away from him. Who the hell knows who they? Who the hell knows who they are? He's Cody Rhodes. He's a wrestler like his father before him. If anyone is a company creation, it's John Cena, not Rhodes. Everyone is so terrified of Cena on the microphone. Rhodes says, "I'm not, because I know you've got more dick in that promo that you got doing your jorts." Tell it like it is, Cody. Cena wants to make fun of him for appearing like a 16-year-old taking public and speaking lessons while Cena hangs out with Zac Efron and wishes he was 16. Oh, he's referring to the movie he starred in. What a softball. Rose sarcastically thanks him. Cena claims he would have created this, and as well as Rose himself. All Cena did was create a lot of disenfranchised fans who made it easy for him to pack up and go elsewhere. Cena should not act like he left World Wrestling Entertainment better than he found it. While we're at it, there are two of them standing in the ring. Rhodes is going to ask something that'll punch a hole in all that logic between the two of them. Who sold out to The Rock? Chance, "You sold out. You sold out." Cena paces in the ring. Rhodes says, "John, you're still my hero, but you're also a piece of shit." Yeah, tell it like it is. The crowd roars in approval. Cena looks down and is smirking. The child chants, "Piece of shit, piece of shit." Cena says Rhodes is just like all the people, his brain filled with feces and not facts. Cena says he's worked 100 times harder. Never once he was protected from a crowd or like a superstar taking their best shot at him. Every time he steps in on a canvas, it was an invitation for any arena superstar to take their best swing to see if they're worthy of putting him in the ground. No one is worthy. Cena decided to do it for himself. Cena has never left. He's always been here. No matter how high the hill is to climb or what garbage they give him, he finds a way to make it great. Yep, those were facts. Those are all facts. Those are all facts. Cena says he worked 100 times harder. Never once he was protected from a crowd or a superstar taking their best shot at him. Turned out Cody Rhodes did nicely. I mean, Cena put him right. Rhodes put him right in his place, and Cena says he worked 100 times harder. Never once he protected from a crowd or a superstar taking their best shot at him. Every time he steps on a canvas, it's an invitation for any arena superstar to take their best swing to see if they're worthy of putting him in the ground. No one is worthy. Cena decided to do it himself. Cena has never left. He's always been here, no matter how high the hill is to climb or what garbage they give to him. He finds a way to make it great. Cena says, "You had to leave because you realized that Rose can't wipe my ass." Cena has says he's made empires for billionaires. All Rose ever did was steal money from their kids. Cena says, "See you WrestleMania, champ." Cena goes to leave, but Rose stops him. Cena wants to remind Cena that in all time he's been here, never once an audience chanted at him, "You can't wrestle." Cena stands on the apron and looks around the light. "You can't wrestle" chant fires up. Cena gets in the ring and the crowd cheers. Cena prepares to square off against the undisputed World Wrestling Entertainment Champion before smiling and going to leave. Cena turns and takes the swing, but Cena ducks. But Rose ducks and drops him to the crossroads. Bam! Rose stands over Cena and points at the WrestleMania 41 sign. Rose picks up the title, and Cena's hat leaves before throwing the hat and Cena's hat before throwing the hat on Cena. Rose holds up the title and leaves. And that was good right there. That was good. I feel like somehow Cena somehow is gonna bury Rhodes. That's what I believe. I gotta say about that something about it in the show. Michael Cole and Pat McAfee are joined on commentary by Ray Barrett. Women's World Championship match. Io Sky will defend the Women's World Championship against Rhea Ripley with Bianca Belair as the special guest referee. Whoever wins Battle Belair at WrestleMania with a title on the line. The New Day make their way to the ring and they'll be in action next. Then we go to commercial break. The commentaries run down WrestleMania week festivities in Las Vegas. This is the 15th Monday Night Raw and the 37th television event from London. The New Day stands in the ring. Raw General Manager Aaron Pierce comes out to the stage and says he's told the New Day they have earned their WrestleMania opportunity. Pierce tells the crowd to welcome back Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, the New Catch Republic. Bate is returning from a torn pectoral he hasn't been seen since last July. Then we go to this tag team match. New Day, Kofi and Xavier versus the New Catch Republic, Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne. Tyler Bate will start against Xavier Woods. The crowd chants, "Welcome back to Bate." They lock up and Bate wrenches the arms before dropping down and grapevine to the head. Bate climbs up to ropes and tags Pete Dunne in. Bate takes Woods down and Dunne connects with his clothesline. Dunne contorts with Woods' arm and stomps it. Bate tags in and leaps over Dunne for a rolling senton on Woods. Bate allows a kiss to Kofi Kingston. Kingston charges, but Bate gives him a back body drop over the top rope. Dunne takes Kingston out with a flying knee off the apron. Bate then floors Woods with a somersault plancha. Then we go to commercial break. We return from the break to see Woods choking Dunne on the ropes. Woods drop kicks Dunne against the ropes for a 2 count. Woods kicks Dunne in the head, and Dunne responds with some chops. Woods floors him with a forearm to the head and tags Kingston in. Woods holds Dunne on the bottom rope, and Kingston connects with a senton splash. Kingston hits the top rope and hits a diving axe handle for a 2 count. Kingston quickly applies a armbar. Dunne fights up and reaches for a tag, but Kingston holds him back. Kingston sends Dunne into the corner, but Dunne backflips him over and tags Bate in. Bate hits Kingston with a clothesline and a back elbow before knocking Woods off the apron. Kingston avoids an attack into the corner. Bate catches him and hits an exploder suplex, followed by a kip up. Bate lifts Kingston and does the airplane spin. After a crazy number of revolutions, Bate slams Kingston down and slams Kingston down. Dunne tags in. New Catch Republic sandwiches Kingston with kicks. They double team clothesline a German suplex combo. Dunne covers 1-2, but Woods breaks it up. Woods takes Bates down with Dunne attacks Woods and snaps his fingers. Kingston wipes Dunne out with an SOS for a near fall. Woods tags in. The New Day send Dunne into the ropes, but he kicks them down. Dunne stomps Woods' hands, and Kingston kicks Kingston. Dunne flips back through black suplex attempt. Bate tags in and punches Woods back. Woods quickly drops Bate on the apron, but Dunne stuns him with a knee. They set up Dunne on double team, but Kingston thwarts it. Woods tags in Kingston and they hit the Daybreak backbreaker flying double stomp combo for the win. See. World Tag Team Champions War Raiders head to the stage. Eric and Ivar go face to face with Woods and Kofi Kingston to hold the titles up and the New Day walks off. Replay last week on Raw. Jey Uso, who was feeling unsure of himself, tripped as we went to hit a spear on Gunther. Later that night, Jimmy Uso got his brother fired up and confronted Gunther before laying in a legendary slap to the face. Jimmy Uso is taping up when main event Jey Uso walks in. Jey says he feel better when if he were out with Jimmy tonight. Jimmy says tonight is a bit different. He knows the world is down in Jey, but he's going to go out and close that noise. Gunther is a big deal, but so is Jey. Jimmy is but so is Jimmy. There is no ring general tonight. There is just a man who is beatable. Tonight he'll beat Gunther at WrestleMania. Jey will beat Gunther and become World Heavyweight Champion. They embrace. Jey pulls him and pulls him and close and says, "I hear you. Just be careful." They look knowingly to each other before Jey leaves. World Heavyweight Champion Gunther is walking backstage. He'll battle Jimmy Uso next. Highlights from the absolutely legendary street fight between Triple H and Cactus Jack known as Mick Foley at the 2000 Royal Rumble. Michael Cole and Pat McAfee will host the WWE Hall of Fame ceremony. At ringside, Kate Nash is in attendance. The USC welterweight fighter Michael Venom Page is also there. He incorrectly put Charlie Booker's name first. Charlie Brooker is finally shown. Grammy-nominated singer Louis Capaldi is also shown. He gets a phenomenal response. Backstage, Bianca Belair is talking with referee Sean Bennett on how to be a referee. Non-title match: Jimmy Uso versus World Heavyweight Champion Ring General Gunther. Rod Zapata. The bell rings and Gunther smiles at Jimmy Uso. Uso connects with it with some punches and a chop. Uso knocks him to the corner, but Gunther explodes out with a big boot. Gunther throws Uso out of the ring and whips him into the barricade. Gunther lights him up with a chop to the chest, but Gunther chops him around the ringside before driving him back into the barricade. Gunther gets in the ring to break up the referee's count, but Gunther pulls Uso's mouth and talks trash. Gunther sets up for a body power bomb to the floor, but Uso counters with a back body drop. Uso punches Gunther off the apron, but hits a suicide dive. Gunther's face is slammed off the commentary table. Gunther gets in the ring and heads to the top rope. Uso goes for a Uso splash, but Gunther gets the knees up. Gunther heads to the top rope, but Uso cuts him off. With a right hand, Uso climbs to the second rope and connects with a superplex on the World Heavyweight Champion. Uso goes to the top rope and Uso hits a splash. Uso splash. 1-2. Gunther kicks out. Gunther goes to the ringside to recover. Uso jumps off the steps for an attack, but Gunther chops him off, jumps around in midair. Gunther slams him to the mid apron and hits a vicious lariat on the floor. And go to commercial break. Back from the break, Gunther taunts Uso and allows him to pull himself up. Uso blocks the chop and slaps him in the face. Uso connects with some strikes and a super kick, followed by a German suplex. Uso connects with a super kick. Uso sizes him up and charges, but Gunther wipes him out with a Tyrannosaurus drop kick. Gunther follows up with a power bomb. It's epidemic now. Gunther covers 1-2, but Gunther pulls the shoulders up for 3. Gunther talks trash to Uso, but boosts him in the face before hitting a nasty lariat. 1-2. Gunther pulls the shoulder up again. The crowd chants "Yeet." Gunther stands over the broken Jimmy Uso and chops his back. Gunther applies a super hold and the grapevines the body. Rod Zapata checks on Uso and calls for the bell. Winner by referee's decision, World Heavyweight Champion Gunther. Gunther puts the World Heavyweight Title Championship around his waist and goes to leave before turning around. Gunther grabs Jimmy Uso and super high. Come on, you made it. Won the match. Main event, Uso runs down to save his brother. Jay takes Gunther down and punches away at him. Gunther rolls out of the ring, but Jay follows him out. Gunther retreats through the crowd. Then we go to commercial break. Back from the break, we see Jimmy Uso helping his brother Jimmy to the back. Gunther then attacks him from behind. Gunther sends Jay hard into the ring, into the steps, and chops the chest. WWE officials and security run down as Gunther sets up for a powerbomb on the steel steps. Gunther attacks one of their guards and gives him a powerbomb on the steps. Gunther then wipes out the other guard. Gunther grabs a zip tie from one of the guards and puts it around Jay's wrist. Gunther rips at the eyes and attaches him to the middle rope. Jay is defenseless. Gunther grabs Jimmy and whips him hard into this barricade. Gunther kicks Jay and grabs the World Heavyweight Championship. Jay gets in the ring but cannot get far from the middle of the rope. Gunther taunts Jay and says she'll never get the title. Gunther returns and sees Jimmy getting on the apron and smashes him with the title. Gunther tells Jay to look what he did to his brother. Jimmy crawls back into the ring and is busted wide open. Gunther holds Jimmy's face up for Jimmy to see. Gunther delivers a massive powerbomb to the bloody Jimmy. Jay is desperately trying to break the zip tie. Gunther lays in some vicious clubs to Jimmy's head, covering his forearm in blood. Gunther licks the blood before spinning out. The crowd gasps in horror. Jay grabs his brother, but Gunther pulls Jimmy back and applies a sleeper hold. Jimmy is gushing blood from his forehead. WWE officials get in the ring and get Gunther to release the hold. Jay cradles his brother's head. Jimmy is wearing the crimson mask. Gunther is covered in Jimmy's blood and holds up the championship. This past Friday on SmackDown, Roman Reigns, Seth freaking Rollins, and CM Punk had a contentious contract signing for their main event match. Punk revealed the main event spot was not in favor that Paul Heyman owed him. They promote Pat McAfee's show in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Last Monday night on Raw, Finn Balor and Jimmy and Dirty Dum Dum attacked WWE Intercontinental Champion Braun Breaker and Penta. I got a feeling they're trying to make Braun Breaker as a babyface. But I will not forget what he did in the past. Backstage, Finn Balor is talking with Dirty Dum Dum and Carlito. WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez walk in. Balor says brothers fight like cat and dogs. Now the talk of adding a new member is behind them. Balor tells Rodriguez she had a tough loss, but he'll bring home the Intercontinental Championship. Balor and Mysterio walk off. Rodriguez tells Carlito to go away. Rodriguez thinks Carlito's not her type. Morgan tells Rodriguez they need to do something about Bayley and Lyra Valkyrie. Rodriguez agrees. Penta and makes his entrance next. Next, he'll team up with Braun Breaker to take on Finn Balor, Dirty Dum Dum on the Judgment Day. A sneak peek of Cody Rhodes' appearance on Stephanie's Places. Then we'll see a tag team match: Penta and Intercontinental Champion Braun Breaker versus the Judgment Day. Eddie Ringo is the referee. You know, it's really weird to have makes sense to have a face wrestler and a heel wrestler who's a tag team, but Braun Breaker's more of a tweener here. Before the match, Penta, Breaker, and Penta argue a bit. Penta wants the Intercontinental Championship. Penta will start this match against Dirty Dum Dum. Balor rips at Penta's mask, and Mysterio attacks him from behind. Mysterio stomps away at Penta. Wade Barrett promises to debut with Rey Fenix, Penta's brother, on SmackDown this Friday. Penta wipes out Mysterio with a Hurricanrana. Braun Breaker tags in and a shoulder tackles Mysterio. Breaker hits a military press slam on Mysterio. Mysterio avoids the second one and tags Finn Balor in. Balor sends Breaker into the ropes and goes for a leapfrog, but Breaker continues counters with a power slam. Breaker attacks Balor in the corner and tags Penta in. Penta kicks Balor in the head and hits a hidden stand slingshot corner and drop kick. Mysterio runs in, but Penta hits a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Breaker clotheslines Mysterio over the top rope, but Penta hits the ropes and connects with a top rope con Helio on the Judgment Day. Breaker held the ropes down for him. We return to break to see Balor attacking Penta in the corner. Mysterio tags in and hits some shoulder thrusts. Mysterio connects with a snapmare. Balor tags in and hits a slingshot stomp. Mysterio tags in and hits a slingshot somersault for senton for a 2 count. Mysterio pulls Penta up and starts up Three Amigos. One amigo, two amigos. Penta counters the third and Mysterio kicks him and sends him to the corner, but Penta counters with a slingshot backstabber. Breaker and Balor tag in. Breaker hits a pair of clotheslines on Balor before punching Mysterio down. Breaker hits Mysterio over with an overhead belly-to-belly suplex. Mysterio meets the same fate. Balor quickly attacks Breaker and attempts a suplex. He can't lift him, so Mysterio joins in. Breaker counters a double suplex on Judgment Day. The crowd barks in approval. Breaker pulls the straps down and lifts Balor. Balor rakes the eyes and hits the ropes. Breaker follows him and hits the ropes ridiculously for a clothesline. Penta tags in. Breaker puts Balor in an electric chair position. Balor flies off the top rope and hit with a reverse sling blade on Balor in an electric chair. Penta covers 1-2. Mysterio breaks it up. Yeah, yeah, but yeah, hold on, yeah, Breaker, yeah, hold on, Breaker throws Mysterio out of the ring. Penta rocks Balor with a super kick and heads to the second rope. Mysterio grabs Penta's leg. Carlito gets on the apron to distract the referee, but Breaker punches him down, and Penta fights off Mysterio and goes for a leaping Mexican destroyer. But Mysterio grabs the leg to throw it. Balor turns and stares stares as he waits for Breaker to charge for a spear. Mysterio shoves Penta into the Breaker's path. Breaker accidentally hits Penta with his spear. Mysterio knocks Breaker out of the ring, and Balor connects with a coup de grace on Penta for the win. This is Penta's first pinfall loss. Damn. Please don't tell me they're gonna bury Penta. Please don't tell me no. Please don't let them bury him. Wins by pinfall of Judgment Day. Bullshit. It's a crap match. Raw's general manager office. Carrie Gable was backstage with Raw general manager Alan Pierce. Gable puts over El Grande Americano. Pierce says Gable is still sick. Gable gives him a doctor's note. Pierce says that it's a shame because Raw is still in Minneapolis next week, Gable's hometown. Who cares? Gable wants to compete in his hometown. But Pierce sarcastically says Gable's health is the utmost importance. Pierce says El Grande Americano will compete on American soil. Angered, Gable walks away and stomps before his former teammates, Alpha Academy. Gable calls them clowns, and Otis calls Otis an E before walking out. Maxine Dupree says she wants to talk about Otis and the Cure, and an idea she has Natalia. Pierce says he's excited to talk about their features. Gable sucks. I'm sorry, but he sucks. Backstage segment, Rhea Ripley is preparing for a World Heavyweight Championship match. For a Women's World Heavyweight Championship match. Elsewhere, Raw Women's World Champion Io Sky is preparing with Dakota Kai. Breaker backstage interview. Kathy prepares for an interview with WWE with Intercontinental Champion Braun Breaker, but is quickly broken up by a furious Penta. Penta is held back by WWE officials. Penta calls Breaker stupid and insinuates that he spared him on purpose. They really shit. I think WWE's really shitting on Penta. Logan Paul, here comes Logan Paul, this arrogant douchebag piece of shit calling out AJ Styles. AJ Styles is already in the ring. The crowd is chanting for him. Styles mentions that Logan Paul said that he will call him out, but he is tired of waiting. If Logan Paul says something to his face, then he come out and say it right now. Logan Paul hits music hits and he comes out to a loud boos. Paul grabs a microphone and says Styles wouldn't understand because he doesn't have the extreme level of fame. As a global phenomenon who is extremely loved, rich and loved, everyone and good looking, and everyone is still in his time. Styles laughs. But if Paul wants to make a crowd wait, he'll do it as they're told because they'll sheep and will wait. As for Styles, Paul's caused by a shut the fuck up chant. Paul says he had a change of heart. He is a girl dad and is trying to reach his daughter and her forgiveness. The crowd boos. Paul says he forgives Styles for what he did to him at WrestleMania at Madison Square Garden. However, he doesn't forget, so he had better not do that again. A do it again chant picks up. Styles says he has a daughter and forgives Paul as well. An AJ Styles chant picks up. Paul is confused and asks why Styles forgives him. Styles says, I forgive you, Logan Paul, for being the most biggest douchebag that ever stood foot in a WWE ring. And he's right. The crowd chants, the crowd cheers. Styles says, Paul says brags about his success and money. The fans don't care about that. They care about what they're willing to sacrifice in the ring for them. Paul has all the talent in the world in this business. Business of talent will get you so far. What is Paul going to do with it? Paul says he asks Styles advice, but they wouldn't say you would take advice from people who wouldn't trade places with. The crowd chants at Paul. Paul tells London that they are broke. Styles tells Paul to not write a check his ass can't cash. He's right. Paul asks if that's a threat. Styles says this is a Monday Night Raw. And they're in London, England. Styles has his ring gear and is on standing in the middle of the ring. What does Logan Paul think? Paul thinks he's done talking. Paul says he does not fight for free. This city can't afford him. This city is broke. Paul points to the people in the crowd and calls them poor out for being poor. Paul says they wants this big money match for Logan Paul. Maybe he should set his sights a little higher. Paul points at a WrestleMania sign. Paul goes for a kick. Styles blocks it. Styles punches away him and goes for a Styles clash. But Paul gets out of the ring. Styles follows him out and ducks the right hand. Styles slams him in the face on commentary, but Taylor puts him out of the ring. Paul quickly snaps into the ropes until Styles is going as he enters the ring. Paul connects with Paul visors. Paul walks off. Backstage interview. Jackie Redmond is backstage with Women's World Intercontinental Champion Lyra Valkyria. Redmond asks about Valkyria's next moves. Valkyrie thanks Bayley for having her back concerning the title. She has to prove she can stand on her own 2 feet. Bayley is the one person who has beaten her since she held the title. It's driving her crazy. Next week she'll battle Bayley in the Women's Intercontinental Championship online. Earlier tonight, World Heavyweight Champion Gunther used a zip tie to trap main event Jey Uso in the middle of the rope. Gunther has to beat Jimmy Uso to a bloody pulp in front of Hippos J. Next Monday on Raw from Minneapolis. Finally, they're back on American soil, our great country. Minneapolis, Minnesota, USA. Women's Intercontinental Championship match: Lyra Valkyrie versus Bayley, El Grande, and Americana. We all know it's that piece of that Punk, who Chad Gable, and Seth freaking Rollins will appear live. Bianca Belair makes her entrance and referee retired. The main event is next. Then we go to commercial break. Backstage segment: Judgment Day is celebrating backstage. Finn Balor says he beat Penta and got the better of Braun Breaker for a second reading in a row. Balor says he's on a roll and will talk to Anna Pierce about a title match. Balor walks off. Liv Morgan tells Mysterio that Balor is taking credit for the victory when Mysterio is worked just hard. Morgan says she'll talk to Anna Pierce as soon as Balor is done. Mysterio is confused. Now it's time for her main event. Women's World Championship: Io Sky, Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky. The special guest referees Bianca Belair. I said to myself, somehow Belair is gonna screw either both Io or Rhea. The bell rings and lock up. Sky applies a side headlock and they tussle up against the ropes before Belair counts out and separates them. They lock up and Ripley powers Sky into the corner. Before they lock up and Ripley powers Sky in the corner before hitting some shoulder thrust. Ripley punches away at Sky before Belair pulls away. Ripley is not happy with Belair. Sky jumps on Ripley and knocks her to the corner before punching away at her. Belair pulls Sky's scarf, then Ratter, disqualifying her for violating the 5 count. Sky applies a side headlock to Ripley. Ripley whips her off and follows her into the ropes. Ripley goes for a pick to the ankle, but Sky drops her down on her. They go back and forth with pin attempts. Sky hits the ropes and does a double springboard before hitting a dropkick, and Ripley bounces off the ropes and clothesline Sky down. Then we go to commercial break. Back from the break, Ripley is unhappy with the pin from Belair that just happened as we return. Ripley gets in Belair's face before returning back to Sky. Sky lights up Ripley with some strikes, followed by a running dropkick. Ripley reverses a whip to the corner, but Sky knocks her back with a pendulum kick. Sky then knocks Ripley out of the ring with a missile dropkick. Sky hits the ropes and takes Ripley down with a suicide dive. Sky quickly rolls out of the ring to reset Belair's count. Sky sets up for a moonside assault. Ripley catches her in an electric chair. Ripley sends her down on the apron for powering her back up. Sky goes for a poison rana on the floor, but they totally botch it. They lie there momentarily and get in the ring at a count of 8. They exchange right hands. From their knees before getting to their feet. Sky gets the better of the exchange before Sky knocks her down. Ripley goes for a slam, but Sky rolls her through a double stomp in the midsection. Sky heads to the top rope over the moonsault, but Ripley cuts her hair off. Ripley goes for a second rope and gets her in the electric chair position. Sky goes for a poison rana off the second rope, but Ripley powers her up. Ripley gets her on the shoulders, dives, but it looks like Ripley hits a Samoan drop off the second rope. But apparently Sky was supposed to counter into a crucifix slam. Sky picks up the 2 count. Crowd chants, "This is awesome." Sky hits the blue train attack in the corner before going to a top rope. Ripley cuts her off. Sky quickly snaps her off the top rope and goes for the top rope. Sky dives for a crossbody block, but Ripley headbutts her out of midair for near fall. The crowd starts dueling chants for Sky and Ripley. Ripley powers Sky up and goes for a riptide, but Sky fights it. Ripley powers her up and connects with a razor's edge, followed by a shining wizard. Ripley covers 1-2. Sky kicks out, but Ripley cannot believe that wasn't a 3 count. Ripley goes for a riptide, but Sky counters into a roll up for a near fall. Ripley goes for a German suplex, but Sky does the standing switch. Ripley goes elbows Sky away and goes for a big boot. But Sky moves. Ripley hits Belair instead, knocking her out of the ring. So Ripley rolls Ripley up, but Ripley rolls through and kicks her head. Ripley connects with a riptide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's no referee. Ripley had her many times pinned over. Belair gets to her feet and yells at Ripley. Ripley shouts at Belair to get in the ring. If Belair enters the ring, Ripley covers 1-2. Sky kicks out. Belair holds her jaw and holds 2 fingers. Ripley gets in Belair's face. Ripley shoves her away, telling her to do her job. Sky grabs Ripley, but Ripley takes her down, punches away at her. Belair rips Ripley away. Ripley swats at Belair's face and throws Julie at her. Ripley then realizes what she did. Ripley turns around and avoids a missile dropkick from Spy and hits Belair instead. Yeah. Yeah, it's your fault, Rhea. Yes, Rhea's on fault. Yeah, but Rhea's a coward. She used Belair. She used Bianca Belair as a human shield. Belair calls for the bell and signals that was a double DQ. When anybody did double DQ, it was a double disqualification. I bet you somehow Rhea Ripley's gonna turn heel and the fans realize that Liv Morgan was right. When everybody it's double DQ, Io Sky retains the Raw Women's World Championship. Rhea Ripley's alright and attacks Bianca Belair ringside. Well, Rhea, if you want to blame somebody, blame yourself. You shouldn't have put your hand. You shouldn't have put your hands. You don't put your hands on a referee. Sky takes them out with a side moonsault. Sky gets Ripley in the ring and punches away at her. Belair gets in the ring and Sky attacks before punching away at her. Ripley pulls Belair off and headbutts her before connecting with a riptide. Ripley then hits Sky with a riptide. Ripley, who is not going to WrestleMania 4 because of this result, sends over the 2 women scheduled to fight for the Raw Women's World Championship at the show. The crowd chants one more time. Ripley gets back in the ring and grabs Belair by the braid. Ripley pulls Belair up to go to the second rope and hits a massive riptide. Ripley grabs the Raw Women's Championship belt and stands tall as the show ends. The preliminary Raw on the road to WrestleMania takes place next week in Minneapolis, 8 p.m. Central. Finally, they're back in prime. They're back in prime time, back in the good old US of A. Finally, thank God. This was a terrible show. I mean, now we got ourselves a triple threat match. Now it's Io versus Rhea versus Bianca. Somehow I said to myself somehow this is a terrible show today. Somehow some of you say Bianca might turn heel if Io Sky retains the Raw Women's Championship and probably might it was revealed that she was the mastermind behind Jade Cargill's attack. She told Jake and she told Naomi to attack her from behind. And they need to make that match at WrestleMania. Jade versus Naomi at WrestleMania. They need to make that match. They need to make that happen. Please make that happen. Well, what can I say? Is this the best WWE can do for going to the event? Is it all right now? Obviously, with 19 days until WrestleMania 4, is this the best WWE can do going to the event? I say hell no. I mean, we all know Triple H is a bad booker, and we all know he's gonna get a lot of boos from the fans when he's inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. We all know that because He's getting backlash. We all know he's not doing a good job. We all know he's seen. We're not stupid. We all know Cena's gonna bury Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 41. He's not gonna retire. We all know there's a stable's gonna be formed with him, The Rock, Travis Scott, and some. I know someone might interfere in the match to join Cena, The Rock, and Travis Scott. And form a stable. We all know he's not retiring. I know somehow he's gonna take that undisputed World Wrestling Entertainment title off from Cody Rhodes and The Rock, and then the stables being formed. And we all know that this all talk about retiring. This little farewell tour was all bullshit and stupid on WWE's part. And we all know, because the way WWE's going, WWE's going, all these fans, WWE's coming off of me, and and about one thing I say, about this triple threat match was made between Cena, yeah, yeah, I heard. I just watched SmackDown last Friday, and then there was a triple threat match between CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. And CM Punk wants to be in the match, and Seth Rollins was not too happy. But you know what? I really don't feel sorry for Seth Rollins because this is kind of like karma for Seth Rollins for 10 years ago when he cashed in his Money in the Bank contract against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 31. So what goes around is kind of karma for Seth Rollins. So what goes around comes around. So I don't kind of it's kind of like this is kind of karma for him. I kind of don't feel sorry for Seth at this point. This was a terrible show this evening. A terrible show. It's lazy and lackluster. I mean, I'm telling you, WrestleMania 41 will not be a good freaking show. Trust me, it will not be a good freaking show. Trust me on that. Trust me, believe me, it won't be a good freaking show. I mean, well, but some people might say that Cena's is fooling the fans that his heel turn is a ruse, and he'll really retire, and and stuff, and the hate against Cody Rhodes is just ridiculous, and who knows how it's turned for WrestleMania. Who knows? Now it's time for something I like to do. Some of you like to know. It's time for Justin's Time of History, all the wrestling birthdays, timeline, pop culture, and all that stuff in history. All you hear that thing is a thing from Back to the Future starring Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd. Can't wait for his 40th anniversary on July 3rd, 2025, because the movie was released July 3rd, 1985. Yeah, let's go to Saturday, March the March the 29th. Let's go to Saturday. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Last Saturday was a happy 66th birthday to 66th birthday to the WWE Hall of Famer Michael P.S. Hayes and Goldilocks. Some of you know Goldilocks from TNA interviewer singer Goldilocks. She turned. Yeah, she turned 46 yesterday. Yeah, Stephanie Vicaire turned 39 last Saturday from NXT and AEW. Chilean wrestler. Okay, let's see. Pop culture. See. By the way, last Tuesday was a special edition. Yeah. March 25th. I believe. Hold on. Yeah, March 25th, 2000 and 1984 marked the aired a special edition of Friday Night Titans. Just hours before WrestleMania. The night before WrestleMania. Um, yeah, no, there was no Friday Night Titans on last Friday. It was Friday, so let's go to the pop culture for March the 29th still. Okay, March 29th, 2000 1985, three movies released in theaters nationwide. Desperately Seeking Suzanne, starring Roseanne Arquette, Aidan Quinn, and Madonna. And this is like a feature film debut for Madonna. I think this was Madonna's feature film debut. Yeah, yeah, I think it was more like her featuring because the first she made had a little. She had a little feature film debut and a little singing as a singer in a club in the movie Vision Quest with Matthew Modine and um, Linda Ferrantino. Vision Quest. And let's see, a movie called King David starring Richard Gere was released. A little biblical epic film. And a movie called The Slugger's Wife was released in theaters starring Rebecca De Mornay, Randy Quaid, and Michael O'Keefe was released. And it's directed by Hal Ashby, director of late Hal Ashby. Yeah, let's see what else. And a movie called Police Academy 2, Their First Assignment, sequel to 1984's Police Academy, was released starring Steve Guttenberg and Bubba Smith was released. And Bobcat Goldthwait was in that movie. No G.W. Bailey was in that. No Captain Harris was in that movie. In 2015, WrestleMania 31 took place. WrestleMania 31 took place at the it took place at the Bay City Arena in Santa Clara, California. Let's see what else. Yeah, it took place at the San Francisco Bay City Arena City in Santa Clara, California. This event, Levi Stadium in San Francisco Bay Area city of Santa Clara, California. This event via pay-per-view live streaming. This is the first. This is to date. This is the last WrestleMania to be held in March. This will be held in April. And failed tag. Yeah, the first show them at the failed four-way tag team match for the WWE Tag Team Championship. Tyson Kidd and Cesaro entirely defeated Los Matadores, Diego Fernando with El Torito and New Day with Xavier Woods and Usos with Naomi by pinfall. Yeah, they really shared on the Usos. And a 30-man Andre John Memorial Battle Royal, Big Show won by eliminating Damian Mizdow. In the ladder match for the Intercontinental title, Daniel Bryan defeated Bray Bad News Barrett, Dean Ambrose, Dolph Ziggler, Luke Harper, R-Truth, and Stardust. Then in the singles match, Randy Orton defeated Seth Rollins with Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury by pinfall. In no DQ match, Triple H defeated Sting by pinfall, and I was really pissed about this match. I mean, I don't know, Triple H really buried Sting. I mean, he had help from all NWO members were there. With Sting side and from WCW, and his DX players were standing this side, and Sting and Triple H beat him. Wow. I don't know why Vince McMahon, all because by Vince McMahon's orders, because his hatred to WCW and Sting is from WCW. Man, Triple H buried a lot of WCW stars: Steiner, Goldberg, um, Booker T. And I think he kind of buried his Evolution buddy Ric Flair too as well. And so many WCW stars he buried. I think it shows you what kind of a hypocrite Triple H is. This is because someone should remind him he was in WCW 2 wrestling as Terror Rising and wrestling as he had a little French gimmick in WCW as John Paul Levesque, which is his real name, Paul Levesque. I was really pissed when Sting got buried by Triple H. He has an ego, Triple H. He's really not doing it by doing Triple H the guy's job as it was booking with booking in WWE. And by the way, Triple H, well done. Let's applaud Triple H. Triple H and Nick Khan and argument on TKO is not doing a good job. This is a terrible way for Triple H to start with his Hall of Fame ceremony. I hope he gets a lot of backlash from the fans and can boo him, because everybody knows he's not doing a good job. Y'all know the Hall of Fame is going to be terrible this year. Then AJ Lee and Paige defeated the Bella Twins, Brie Bella and Nikki Bella by submission in a tag team match. John Cena defeated Rusev Line by pinfall in 10 years ago. Right now, John Cena became just a piece of shit right now. 10 years later, right now, since he turned heel, stabbing Cody Rhodes and the fans in the back. The Undertaker defeated Bray Wyatt by pinfall, and his streak was Undertaker's streak. He was Undertaker's streak. He was his streak. Let me take a look at his streak. Undertaker's streak was what was his streak at WrestleMania? His streak. Yeah, his streak was his streak. Yeah, I believe his streak was 20. His streak was 21-1 against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 30, and his streak was 22-1 at WrestleMania. I think it's 21. He was 22-1 at WrestleMania 31 against 22-1 against Bray Wyatt. Yep, 22-1. Because his first loss against was at WrestleMania. His first WrestleMania loss was against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 30. That's right. And the main event was Brock Lesnar versus Paul Heyman. Yeah, Brock Lesnar versus Paul Heyman. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns for triple threat match. Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns in triple threat match for the Undisputed Championship. This is Rollins' Money in the Bank contract match cashed in, and Seth Rollins won. And 10 years ago, he had he's got karma right now because he's not really pissed off that he's really pissed off that CM Punk is adding his triple threat match against him. Is added a triple threat match against him and Reigns. I think Karma. I think CM Punk is gonna get this victory against the triple threat match against Reigns and Rollins at WrestleMania 41. It's Karma for Seth, and CM Punk gonna get the victory. Okay, now let's go to March the 30th. Okay. Uh, Yesterday was a happy. See, yesterday. See. Yesterday was a happy 67th birthday to Mike Rotunda, Bray Wyatt's father. One thing I figured out I figured out the one thing I got to say about the match about the match that I mentioned in about WrestleMania 31, the match between Bray Wyatt and Undertaker. I figured out why Bray Wyatt wanted to challenge the Undertaker at WrestleMania 31. Cause he wants because it goes all the way back to Royal Rumble '95 when the Undertaker beat his father IRS. It goes all the way back to Royal Rumble '95 when the Undertaker beat his father IRS. That's why he wanted to challenge the Undertaker. I know some of you agree. Yeah, Mike Rotunda, Bray Wyatt's father, some of you know is IRS Ernar Shyster. Turned 67 yesterday. You remember he was a tag team with Barry Windham, the U.S. Express, and lost 30 years ago today. He and his tag team partner Barry Windham lost to them at WrestleMania, at the first ever WrestleMania against because Nikolai Volkov and Iron Sheik became the new WWE champions, which I'm gonna get to a little bit later. I get done with history and birthdays. Special Delivery Jones would have been 80 years old yesterday. Hold on a second. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to figure out something else right. Give me some time. Give me some time. Especially Jones, who had been 80 years old yesterday. He died of heart failure. He died on October 26, 2008. WWE Hall of Famer. I think he is he in the WWE Hall of Fame or especially Jones? I think he is. Zach Gowen, who faced Brock Lesnar before he would have been he would have he turned 42 yesterday. Zach Gowen. That's another one that should be in the Hall of Fame. Zach Gowen. Trent Beretta, he turned 38 yesterday. Allison Danger, Canadian wrestler, she turned 48 yesterday. And yesterday became March 30th, 1985, on the day before WrestleMania, first ever WrestleMania. This was the last time WWE invaded NWA Georgia, which was then called WCW, because leading up to WrestleMania because Black Saturday, because there'll be new changes and NWA Georgia will be back into its original place, because that was a stupid move by Vince McMahon to have WWF wrestlers invade WCW NWA Georgia as Black Saturday, WWF on TBS. But he'll get his karma in 2001 when WCW and ECW invaded his company, WWE, which then was called the World Wrestling Federation. In 2015, on Monday Night Raw, the night after WrestleMania 31. Let's see. Hold on a second. Yeah, Bart Lesnar went on a wreaked havoc, destroying being Michael Cole, and Stephanie McMahon suspended him due to his outrage.
Justin,
Hmm?
I'll put a light bulb in that lamp so it works now.
Okay. Let's see what else. Okay. Daniel Bryan, Dolph Ziggler. Hold on a second. Okay, the matches. Daniel Bryan defeated Dolph Ziggler to retain the Intercontinental Championship. Lucha Dragons, Sin Cara and Kalisto, and the New Day, Big E and Kofi Kingston defeated the Ascension, Connor and Victor, and Brass Swing Club, Tyson Kidd and Cesaro and Natalia. Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar for WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and it went into a non-contest until Brock Lesnar went into a hag until Stephanie McMahon suspended him. Damien Mizdow defeated Stardust, we know as Cody Rhodes, American Nightmare. Neville defeated Curtis Axel. John Cena defeated Dean Ambrose, retained the WWE and U.S. Championship. AJ Lee, Naomi, and Paige defeated Natalia and the Bella Twins, Brie and Nikki. Rusev defeated Goldust. Yep, it was a real night. Now it'd be a night for the Rhodes brothers on that night yesterday, March 30th, 2015. And Randy Orton, Roman Reigns, and Ryback defeated the Authority, Kane, Seth Rollins, and the Big Show. And let's see what else. In 1985, I know a friend of mine from Pittsburgh remember this show because he grew up in the '70s. He was born in 1976. A little Saturday morning show, anthology show for kids called CBS Story Break debuted March 30th, 1985, showing animated short stories based on some of the greatest children's books, and it's hosted by the late Bob Keeshan, who was Captain Kangaroo. There's some pop culture for you. Now, let's go to today's March the 31st. Okay, birthdays March the 30th. Today March the 31st. Today would have been a happy. Today would have been a happy 82nd birthday to Otto von Hiller. Otto von Hiller, who was wrestling in WWE, was called the Worldwide Wrestling Federation, WWF. And what are the birthdays? The Mongol from AWA, he would have been. Let's see how he would have been. He would have been 98 years old today. And today, in this day in 1985, in pro wrestling, Mean Gene Okerlund hosts All American Wrestling. Just hours before the first ever WrestleMania, showing all highlights and matches, storylines, what went past in the past and stuff like that. And bam, WrestleMania, first ever WrestleMania took place 30 or 40 years ago today, this day in 1985, in Madison Square Garden, New York City. 19,121 were in attendance. Tito Santana defeated the Executioner. King Kong Bundy defeated Special Delivery Jones. After his Special Delivery Jones, after the day he turned after the day he turned 40. Yep. Ricky Dragon Steamboat defeated Matt Bourne. Some of you know is known as Doink the Clown. I was thinking to myself, wow, did Ricky Dragon Steamboat face off against defeated Doink the Clown. Yeah, I think Matt Bourne should be in the WWE Hall of Fame. Some of you know as Doink the Clown. He should. Yeah, they should get Matt Bourne in the WWE Hall of Fame. We know as Doink the Clown. He was known as Big Josh in WCW, by the way. David San Martino, Bruno San Martino's son, defeated David San Martino. Some of you know is Bruno San Martino's son. And Brutus the Barber Beefcake fought in the draw double DQ. Junkyard Dog and Greg the Hammer Valentine. Wait, Junkyard Dog defeated Greg the Hammer Valentine by countout, but the title did not for the Intercontinental title, but the Intercontinental title didn't change hands. Greg the Hammer Valentine still Intercontinental champion at that time. Nikolai Volkov and Iron Sheik defeated Iron Sheik with Classy Freddy Blassie defeated U.S. Express Barry Windham and Mike Rotunda with Captain Lou Albino to become the new WWE Tag Team Champions. Andre the Giant defeated Big John Studd in the 50,000 Body Slam Challenge match, and Bobby the Rain Heenan was the manager. Randy Richter defeated Lonnie Kai to become WWE Women's Champion again. And the main event, Hulk Hogan defeated Mr. T. Hulk Hogan and Mr. T defeated Paul Orndorff and Roddy Piper. The enforcer was the late legendary boxer Muhammad Ali. Pat Patterson was the referee, and ring announcer Billy Martin was a ring announcer. He was Billy Martin he was like a Billy Martin, was he a baseball player? He was a baseball manager. Baseball manager. And timekeeper was the legendary Liberace. And rest in peace to all three. To everyone: Piper, Orndorff, Ali, Patterson, Billy Martin, Liberace. That was one of the greatest main events of all time. And special getting the commentators at WrestleMania were Cyndi Lauper. Yeah, Cyndi Lauper was by Randy Ricker's side, and Lonnie Kai was beside Fabulous Moolah in the women's title match I got mentioned. Yeah, the commentators were Jesse the Body Ventura and the late Gorilla Monsoon. And on this day in 1995, we lost salsa singer Selena. He was murdered by this scummy piece of POS woman, Yolanda Salvador, and she just denied parole. And I hope I hope she gets I hope the women in prison eat her alive, and she get her karma and pay for what she did to Selena. She'll pay. And I know, and God rest Selena's soul right now. And very tragic passing. And I mean, this woman is taking everything from Selena. Her chance of being having movie roles and doing duets with some of the greatest salsa some of the greatest Hispanic musicians like Ricky Martin and Ricky Martin and John Cicada. Very tragic person. She's very sad that she got shot and killed. And on the same day, 1995, on this day, March 31st, three movie four movies released in theaters nationwide. Start Born to Be Wild, little family comedy movie starring Will Horneff, Helen Shaver, John McGinley, late Pierre Boyle, and and Bulletproof Heart, starring Anthony Padre, Mimi Rogers, Matt Craven, and Peter Boyle, who also had a big which movie he starred in. Born to Be Wild was released on the same day. Funny Bones, starring Oliver Platt and the late Jerry Lewis, was released in theaters. Jefferson in Paris was starring Nick Nolte, Grass Sachi, James Earl Jones, was released in theaters. And Tank Girl, starring Lori Petty, was released in theaters. It's based on a comic book strip, I believe, and it was kind of a flop, but it became some cult classic. I love that movie. And Tommy Boy, starring Chris Farley and David Spade, was released in theaters. Love that movie. It was directed by Peter Siegel, director of Naked Gun, 33 and a half, and My Fellow Management and Anger Management. And supporting roles were Bo Derry, Brian Dennehy, Julie Warner, Dan Aykroyd, and teen and 80s. Some of the late I know the ladies had a real crush on him. Teen Heartthrob Rob Lowe played one of the bad guys in the movie. And this day, 2005, on Monday on SmackDown, on night before night before WrestleMania 21 goes Hollywood. Uh, Danny Basham with Doug Basham defeated Eddie Guerrero. Paul London defeated Ikeo with Billy Kidman and Chavo Guerrero and Funaki and Sky Tuhati and Spike Dudley in the Cruiserweight title battle royal. Booker T defeated Luther Reigns. Doug Basham defeated Rey Mysterio. Akibone defeated Eddie Vegas and Carlito versus John Cena in no contest until John Cena gets arrested by JBL for assault and stuff and everything. Get and just and yeah, this and it shows you and 10 years and 20 years later, John Cena became nothing more than a piece of shit. Yeah, this was not a winning night for both Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero. Yeah, two Bashams got beat. Two best friends got beat by the Bashams. I think both Eddie and Ray got beat by the Bashams brothers on night for WrestleMania 21. And in 2015, on this same day, March 31st, Stardust defeated Jack Swagger, Paige and Amber defeated Summer Rae and Cameron by submission. Lucha Dragons, Kalisto and Sin Cara defeated the Ascension. And that's it. And that will do it. And we got all the history, wrestling birthdays, and everything covered up. Now, I'm gonna close out something with a little bit of music for all of you tonight. For those of you who know that, as late Chad Henshaw, before I do, as late Chad Henshaw used to say, I like to dress up like Chubby Checker, sing like Lionel Richie, dance like James Brown, and like to get in a hot tub, don't make me sweat, don't make me dry, don't make me wet. Referring to Eddie Murphy doing an impression of James Brown on Saturday Night Live back in the 80s. I never grew up in the 80s, I grew up in the 90s, so I was born in 88, and I don't remember nothing from the 80s, I grew up in the 90s. So I hope all of you have a good night. And I'm gonna close out the show a little bit of music. close out the show with a little bit of music and call for those of you who know that today's the 40th anniversary, the 20th the 30th anniversary, the passing and the murder, the death of Selena, salsa singer, blue-eyed soul singer, blue-eyed soul singer. I'm gonna close our show with two of her hit songs. Her last of her two hit songs from her album "Dreaming of You." It's called, the name of two of her hit singles are "Dreaming of You" and "I Could Fall in Love." So Selena, we miss you and we love you, and Selena, we love you and we miss you. Wish you were here with us right now. So this is for you, Selena. And here it is to close out the show. Two of her hit singles, "Dreaming of You" and "I Could Fall in Love," for Selena, that died 30 years ago today at the age of 23. Yeah, was it 23? She died 23. Yeah, 20. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, she died at the age of 23. And it would have been in 20. She would have been 20. She would have been 24th on her birthday, April's the 16th, April the 16th. Everything was taken from her because of that piece of shit woman, Yolanda Salvador. So here it is, close out the show. Her two singles to close out the show. "Dreaming of You" and "I Could Fall in Love." Selena, we love you, we miss you, and we wish you were still with us. Have a good night, everybody. And here's something to close out. Here's something, this song for tribute, as a tribute to Selena, to close out the show in honor of the 30th anniversary of her passing. "Dreaming of You" and "I Could Fall in Love." We miss you, Selena. Vaya con Dios. Vaya con Dios. Hold on a second. Go. Vaya con Dios. Yeah, vaya con Dios. And te echemos de manos. And nosotros te amamos. And that means go with God. We love you, and we go with God. It means go with God. We miss you and we love you. Good night, everybody.